So I want to talk tonight about water and how important water is, because it really is the elixir of life. Now, every drop of water you drink is an accumulation of everything industry makes, and that's a little bit frightening. But the statistics have shown that literally when it rains, it washes the dirt off our roofs, and then that goes onto our lawn, and it'll pick up fertilizers and chemicals. It'll anywhere it comes onto, say, a footpath or a driveway, it becomes water runoff. And if there's oil on the driveway, or if we've got an animal that does his business, that all ends up into our water system. And of course, the fish drink the water that's been contaminated by things like, you think about what you put into your garbage. Think even about when you have a shower. You've got shampoo, you've got your skincare products, you've got soap. Every time we flush the toilet, every time we use cleaning products, all of these things end up somewhere in our system. Also, we've got to think about industrial spills and chemicals, because the statistics show that all of this can end up in our drinking water. What does water do for us? Well, number one, have you ever had to speak somewhere and you notice that you can't speak because your mouth is really dry? So water helps us to form saliva, and of course it plays a big role in digestion. It keeps our mucosal membranes moist. If we didn't have that moisture, our mucous membranes would stick together and we would actually die. It allows the body cells to grow, to reproduce, and to survive. It helps us to flush body waste, mainly through the urine system. It lubricates our joints. It is the most major component of our body parts. It's also needed by the brain to manufacture hormones and neurotransmitters. It helps to regulate our body temperature through sweating and perspiration. It acts as a shock absorber for brain and spinal cord, and converts food to components needed for survival through digestion. And the last thing, it helps deliver oxygen all over your body. So if you're ever sitting in front of a screen or you're at work and you feel tired, have a glass of water and you'll get the benefits, because these are the statistics of each of our main parts of our body. And did you notice that even our bones are 22% water? And I thought a really interesting statistic is that the earth is 70% water, and so is the human body. So water is such a vital element. But did you know that ordinary tap water in many places in the world contains bacteria? It contains viruses. It contains amoeba and protozoa, and yuck, it even contains parasites. So this is pretty disgusting when you think about it. I mean, we get a glass of water and we think we're okay because we're living in a developed country, but just because we can't see it does not mean that it's not there. Another interesting fact, there are more than 600 pharmaceuticals that have been found in the environment. So these are pharmaceuticals that come through water, through soil, through sludge, at all stages of the life of organisms. They actually end up in our drinking water and accumulate in vegetables and fish. Now, if you're thinking this is only in a third world country, think again, because the study that I'm quoting from was a study done here in Australia. And it's just the same in America for our US friends. How does this happen? Well, for one thing, when we are taking medications, and there's all sorts of medications, we've got antidepressants, antibiotics, antihypertensives to control our blood pressure. We've got the opioids that people use for pain relief. We've got steroids. We've got stimulants like Ritalin, for example, that we even give to children these days. So we put those into our body and they're excreted through the sewerage system. And a lot of people, when they decide they don't want to take the rest of their medication, they just empty them down the toilet. Well, this is not such a great idea, because what's happening here is this overflow of pharmaceutical medications is actually ending up in our water system. And currently, the Environmental Protection Agency does not regulate one single human pharmaceutical in drinking water. So it's open slather. These things end up in the ocean. Now, I just want to talk to you about a drug called metformin. It's one of the most common medications used for diabetes. And this was a study done here in Australia where they found that metformin is an endocrine disruptor in the environment. Because what happens is this drug in particular is found in nearly all waterways in our Western world. So the same statistics for America, for Canada, for Australia. And what they found is that it causes low fertility and size in male fish. And what we've seen is intersex fish. I don't mean they're intersex, I mean they're intersex fish. That means that male fish are developing ovaries, for example. And I wonder if we're drinking water that's also got these medications, is that impacting on our young children? It's something to be thinking about. Then we've got the VOC group, volatile organic compounds, and these include things like chloroform and benzene. And heavy metals. Would you like a cup of arsenic? Would you like a cup of chromium or lead or mercury? Like, these metals have been found in water samples of drinking water. And then the last one I want to talk about is the one maybe some of you have used in your garden. So we've got a group called organophosphates and chlorophosphates, which are pesticides, and they include really bad things like DDT was banned in 1950s. Then we've got dieldrin, lindane, but this one here, malathion, is glyphosate, and you might know it by the name Roundup. This photo here are people who are spraying Roundup on a field, which they say is safe for us to eat the produce from, and they're wearing hazmat suits, like, go figure. But ta-da, we now have something which is so great. I mean, I am so impressed by this water filter. So you can now have safe water from any source. The power of safe, clean water is now in the palm of your hand with the patent-pending triple filtration technology of the Puritii water filtration system. So this filter will remove 99.99%, that's almost 100%, of bacteria, viruses, protozoa and parasites, allowing for clean, accessible water from any source. So you imagine that there is a disaster, and I mean, here in Queensland, we've had some significant floods in the last couple of years. Imagine that you had 15 minutes to evacuate. The government recommends that we have a go bag or an emergency bag with the things we absolutely can't do without, like our passport, our ID, significant things, and enough food and water for 3 days. Rex and I had 4 10-litre boxes of purified water to take with us. Can you imagine me carrying 2 of those plus a knapsack on my back with a change of clothes and food for 3 days? Honestly, like, I couldn't see myself doing it. But you do need water. You can't go without water. But this can go empty with you wherever you are. You can take this along with you. It can be empty and you can fill it from any source of water and know that it's safe for you to drink it because it removes all of those things, those living organisms, from your water. How does it do it? Well, this has got, notice in here it says the power of 3. So the first part of this system is the aquasphere, which is this part here. Even tap water can be contaminated with microscopic bacteria and viruses causing serious illness in humans. The natural antimicrobial powers of silver found in the aquasphere filter remove these bacterial and viral threats from virtually any water source. So that's number 1. Secondly, we have the Zeo sleeve, which is this part here. Viruses are the smallest microorganism capable of causing disease that can be found in your drinking water. The Zeo sleeve filter captures particles less than 5 microns in diameter, including viruses, through the unique properties of the volcanic rock zeolite. And thirdly, we've got this activated coconut carbon filter, which leaves water tasting clean and fresh by absorbing harmful chemicals like chlorine and iodine. So now what we're saying is we have got a water filtering system that virtually means you could take it anywhere with you. You can take it on a plane and use their water to drink. You can take it in the case of an evacuation as an emergency supply of water. You can use rainwater, you can use creek water, you can pretty much use any water and be safe to drink that. Now, I think that's a pretty good deal. And of course, it's BPA free. Now, an interesting fact I came up with also was that Australians buy more than 118,000 tonnes of plastic drink bottles every year. And around 373 million plastic water bottles end up as waste every year right here in Australia. Oh my goodness. So if you want to help with the environment, just know that one filter is the equivalent of 450 water bottles. Now, Rex and I have got a fridge where we've got filtered water coming through the door, and we use that water in our Puritii bottle because it will extend the life of your filter, obviously. The less impurities go through the filter, the longer it will last. So you might get 550 water bottles, but just think 450 water bottles for one filter. Now, I want to tantalise you with another thought. What would happen if you only drank water, no other liquids? Let's just have a look at this.
Nine incredible things that happen when you replace all drinks with water. We all know what harmful drinks can cause: obesity, heart problems, stomach pain, skin diseases, caries. This list sounds so scary, so I don't want to continue it. But what if we completely replace all drinks with water? What would happen with our bodies then? Chris Bailey, a popular blogger and lecturer, carried out some month-long research about this topic. His conclusion is really impressive and surprising. We decided to summarize his research for you. Hold on tight. These facts might shock you. Number 9, you lose weight faster. Yeah, you do. No special diet is required. You replace all drinks with water for 9 days. You'll lose the equal amount of calories as when jogging for 8 kilometers a day. Wow, this seems to be a great way to stay slim without much effort. I'm going to try it out. Are you? Number 8, you speed up your metabolism, and it, in turn, raises your energy level. Drinking just 17 fluid ounces of water in the morning increases your metabolism by 24%. Write it down on your calendar. Drink plenty of water every day, and you'll see the impressive result very soon. Number 7, your brain works better. Did you know that your brain is 75 to 85% water? Nothing else, just water. So by drinking, you fuel it, which helps you concentrate. Drink water to work more efficiently, cope with all daily tasks quickly, and stay energized even late in the evening. Doesn't this sound like a dream? Number 6, you eat less. Water suppresses appetite, which helps you lose weight. Also, sometimes we confuse hunger with thirst. If you suddenly want to eat something high calorie, maybe all you need is just a glass of water. Try it out next time you feel hungry. It really works. Number 5. Your body excretes toxins faster. Water washes out harmful substances, preventing aging. Want to look young and fresh as long as possible? Drink a glass of water right now. Number 4. Water lowers the risk of many diseases. Which diseases? Oh, a lot, like hypertension, bladder conditions, bowel cancer, and others. Want to avoid wasting money on doctors? Just drink more water. Number 3. Your heart works better. Yes, it's a true fact. 5 glasses of water a day lowers the risk of a heart attack by 41%. 41! This number is really impressive. So, what are you waiting for? Have a glass of water to stay healthy. Number 2. Your skin becomes softer and cleaner. Water clears and moistens your skin. Trust us, after a few weeks of drinking water every day, you will fall in love with your skin again. And number 1, my favorite, you save a lot of money. How much money do you spend on coffee to go and juices per week? Well, I don't want to say how much I do because my spending is massive. The price of water is much lower than that of other drinks. Think about it.